Hidden in the quiet city of Thorold, Ontario, lies an abandoned railway tunnel that's been sealed off for decades, but many believe the tunnel is anything but empty. Known as the Blue Ghost Tunnel, this stark, crumbling passageway was once part of a busy railway line running through the Niagara region. Today, it sits in silence, its tracks long gone, its entrance blocked, and its history buried beneath layers of graffiti, water, and time. Those who have been brave enough to enter the Blue Ghost Tunnel report hearing footsteps echoing through the tunnel, seeing strange lights flickering in the darkness, and even witnessing shadowy figures that seem to move just out of sight. Some believe the hauntings are tied to tragic accidents that occurred along the railway. Others think the tunnel is a passageway between our world and the spirit world. In this episode of Haunted Hangout, we're exploring the history, legends, and chilling encounters surrounding the Blue Ghost Tunnel, a place where the past may not be as far gone as it seems. Ooh.
Welcome to Haunted Hangout, a podcast for those fascinated by the unexplained, captivated by the paranormal, and entranced by the absurd. I'm your host, Chelsea.
And I'm your host, Liz.
Disclaimer. Ryan is in the next room building things, so if you hear furniture, Ryan's being a man in the next room. So if you hear furniture moving,
like rustling,
my house is not haunted. It's just Ryan. Simply Ryan.
It's just simply Ryan building things, moving things around. Yes. But it's good because we have figured out where we can set up our little podcast area.
Yes.
And exciting. Maybe at some point we can film.
Yeah.
This is, I think this is, I know. I can't.
She can't articulate how happy she is at this news.
No, it's truly my brain has just died.
Oh my god, yeah. Today has been like a day of brain not working for me.
And truly. We do realize that it's so funny. I'm an avid podcast listener, but I know that there's a lot of people who like to watch podcasts. Yeah, that? I thought Murphy was in here.
Okay. Maybe there is a ghost in here because we heard some scratching. We're like, oh, Murph's under the bed.
Murph's under the bed.
Murph was in fact not under the bed because he just opened the door. So I'm going to go shut that.
Yeah, I was going to say we should probably close the door.
Give me a second here.
Just hear Ryan.
So much noise today. Correction,
okay.
Murph is now under the bed.
Yes, he was not before.
It was really scary.
So I'm not sure what that sound was. But anyway.
I don't know what that sound was.
It was probably Ryan.
It was probably Ryan in the other room. It's
just
just funny the way Murph just opened the door because
he was just
let me in. He used his head to just, the door is fully shut and he used his head to muscle it open.
Yeah. He just wants to be part of
really wants to be here.
The podcast.
And now he's under the bed. So yeah. Our third podcast host is with us today.
Woo. So
oh my god.
It's okay. We warned y'all. So we'll have video, I don't know when, but
hopefully
I think we're
soon.
aiming for the summer at
at
the latest, I guess.
At the latest, I think.
Depending on how much a camera costs.
Yeah, we'll
figure that out.
We'll figure it out, yeah.
But so that will
we will potentially no longer be filming on our podcast bed. We will be filming on a podcast couch,
which is still comfy, and we're gonna have cute little blankets, and we're gonna make it nice and comfy.
Yeah,
we'll be able to lounge more because we'll have the right now we don't have for our microphones we don't have the big stands. We just have little ones that we kind of have on the bed
that we just balance.
Yeah, I have it balanced on my legs right now.
I'm just hunching over it.
Yeah, but we'll be able to be more comfy because we don't have to worry about the microphone. It'll just cover in front of us, which will be nice. So that will be coming soon, and then you'll be able to watch our episodes if you would like, and you can see all of our facial expressions. Because I feel like we're both very like emotive.
Yeah.
We both have very expressive faces.
Oh, 100%.
So
100. It's like my downfall in life.
Same.
I feel like my
I can't
face
hide what I'm
always gives
thinking.
it away.
It's so funny. So when I first I used to work at a bakery, and when I first started working there, it was like 2021. So we were all still wearing masks, and so like no one could see my face. And like my coworker once told me like years later, she was like, yeah, like I used to think that like it was hard to like read you because like I just like couldn't see your face, but now that we don't wear masks anymore, she was like, your face is so expressive. She's like, I always know what you're thinking. And I'm like, yeah,
always.
It's very true. We just
have expressive faces.
Which is why we used to do drama.
It's true.
True. Makes sense. So yeah, you'll be able to watch that.
Makes sense.
So yeah, that's our little update.
That's our little update.
That'll be coming soon.
Yeah.
Anything else? I don't think so because we were.
No.
That was Ryan.
Not the ghost.
Okay, are we ready for the Blue Ghost Tunnel?
I'm ready. I've never heard of this case before, so.
Yeah, not to be confused with the Screaming Tunnel in Niagara Falls. I think that one's in Niagara Falls. This is a different tunnel, still in the Niagara region, but it's in Thorold, which, fun fact, I used to live in Thorold. Because it's like literally right beside St. Catharines.
Oh.
And so I went to Brock University for 2 years.
I know that.
Yeah, for my first and second year. So.
And then she went to Mac.
I did. Then I switched to McMaster for my third and fourth year. But for the 2 years that I was there, so my second year I lived in a house in Thorold. So Brock is like the edge of St. Catharines and Thorold, so a lot of students still like lived in Thorold because it was actually still like really close to where Brock was.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so we lived in a little student house in Thorold. So yeah,
cute,
and I'm pretty sure that's where Liv lived in Thorold as well for a bit. When she went to Brock, right?
I think she did. Yeah,
Liv. Sorry if that's wrong.
Liv, we apologize.
I'm pretty sure. So anyway, I never heard of this. Like I didn't know of this tunnel when I lived there, and obviously, like I'm gonna go over it, but like you don't go there. don't go there. So located in Thorold, Ontario, also known as the Marathon Tunnel, that's like the official name of it. So it's a now abandoned railway tunnel that was constructed in 1875 as part of the Welland Canal. This canal connects Lake Ontario and Lake Erie via Port Weller and Port Colborne. Through it, ships can ascend and descend the Niagara Escarpment without having to deal with Niagara Falls itself. Because you can't through there.
You can't go.
Go through there.
People have tried.
Yeah,
and they've died.
Yeah. So this canal was the fourth incarnation of the Welland Canal, with its construction beginning in 1872. The canal itself took about 9 years to build and began accepting traffic in 1881. However, the tunnel was only in use for about 29 years. The decision was made to double-track the Grand Trunk Railway between Montreal and Sarnia in the 1890s, and the weight of freight loads kept growing, so a swing bridge was constructed over the canal as an alternate route. So the tunnel was abandoned after the last train passed through it in 1915.
Oh.
So it has been in disuse for a very long time. So despite the tunnel being used for such a short amount of time, it saw a fair amount of tragedy. One of the earliest tragedies that is associated with the Blue Ghost Tunnel is the death of a 14-year-old worker who was rumored to have been crushed by a large rock during construction.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
I know, very sad. Allegedly, over 100 people were killed during construction.
What?
Yeah. Which is like, it's not like verified, but that's
that's like the lore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So nearly 20 years after the tunnel's construction, a horrific train crash occurred just yards from the tunnel. In 1903, at 7:03 in the morning, engine number 4, which was apparently one of the best and fastest trains according to the St. Catharines Daily Standard, collided head-on with engine number 975, a light mogul. Both engines' firemen, Charles Horning and Abraham Dassault, were killed. Horning, yeah. Like, to me, like I mean, obviously there's so many awful ways to die, but like a train crash, like I don't know, I hate that.
Drowning feels worse in a car.
Yes, we've been over that. That's something you do not want.
So, anyways.
So Horning died upon impact, and Dassault died a few hours later at the hospital. God. Yeah. So other tragedies have also occurred around the Blue Ghost Tunnel and the third Marathon Canal.
Sorry, I feel like the caffeine's finally entering my system.
Now?
Starting to get hyper.
Oh my god, the last time we had coffee was like 4 hours ago.
I know.
Jesus.
It's like just entering.
Yeah. So on June 20th, 1912, the Canadian survey steamer La Canadienne veered out of control while passing through the canal. It hit the gates of Lock 22, just down the way from the Blue Ghost Tunnel, and caused a large surge of water to erupt. This resulted in the death of a young boy named Willie who had been fishing along the canal.
Oh, that's
I know,
sad.
poor Willie.
I don't like that.
He was just fishing. So, located near what was once the third Marathon Canal's 21st lock, a church stood. Also, do we remember what locks are? Question for the class.
It's like the system that does.
Yeah, we went over it
things.
in the Martin family disappearance. We went over what locks are. Yeah, it just helps boats like it just raises boats essentially.
Yes.
Up into So there was a church near the 21st lock. So this church was first a Lutheran and Presbyterian church, often referred to as the Old German Church, and later became St. Peter's Anglican Church. The church also had a cemetery, so when the church fell into disuse, the cemetery did as well. The cemetery sat undisturbed until construction began on the fourth Welland Canal.
Oh, I don't like where this is
going. Do
you
see where this is going? It was determined that the land on which the church and cemetery stood would need to be flooded in order to allow the canal to operate properly. In 1923, a message was sent out to warn people of the impending flooding. Anyone with relatives buried in the old cemetery was advised to exhume the remains and arrange to have them moved.
Okay. That just doesn't seem right, but okay.
Well,
let the dead rest.
This is 1923.
Yeah.
So they didn't,
Jeez.
Any remains left unclaimed would remain where they were. So according to some reports, only 250 graves out of the 913 were moved.
Oh my god.
Thus leaving approximately 663 unclaimed bodies in the ground.
Oh my god.
The remains are still there today, as the cemetery now lies submerged off of the coast of the Welland Canal Service Road.
That is so creepy.
Yeah, there's just like a buried cemetery underneath.
There's just,
Yeah, something about like a gravestones underwater is like very creepy.
Thinking.
Yeah.
That is scary.
Yeah. In 2009, human remains were unearthed near what is now Lock 7 of the Fourth Welland Canal that are believed to have come from the cemetery.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Don't go swimming there.
I don't think you can. It's like the lock system.
Yeah, no.
don't
you can.
No, please don't go swimming there.
Please
especially because it goes into Lake Ontario, and Lake Ontario's
disgusting.
So there are a plethora of phenomena you can expect to experience when visiting the Blue Ghost Tunnel. You might hear disembodied voices, the sound of heavy footsteps when no one else is around, or music playing without a source, which is weird because it's just a tunnel. Like, where's the music coming from? Like, a house, I understand. But a tunnel where a train was?
Maybe they were playing music on the train.
Maybe. You might feel a cold spot, a touch, a push, or a shove. You might even see a spectral dog. No.
I would be so excited to see a spectral dog.
You could also see a man.
What kind of dog is it?
I don't know. It just says a spectral dog. That's all it said.
God damn
it didn't give me details. I know. You could also see a man and a woman in period dress or balls of light or blue mist. The blue mist is what led to the tunnel earning its moniker as the Blue Ghost Tunnel.
That makes sense.
Yes.
That tracks.
Yeah, as this blue haze often hovers around its entrance and within its depths. As told to John Savoy, the author of The Blue Ghost Tunnel, Making of a Legend, a witness who wanted to remain anonymous, claimed that in the 1970s there was a rumor that a little girl was assaulted and murdered in the tunnel, and that her screams could still be heard if you listened closely. I know. This witness said that he once heard the screams and saw the little girl's ghost. He also saw the ghost of a man with a dark coat, hat, and beard, and suspected that this was the man who killed the little girl.
Oh, God.
The witness said that the man was smiling like a psychopath, was perfectly visible for a moment, and then disappeared.
Ew.
I know. The same witness also relayed another rumor that they had heard. Allegedly, a sex worker was killed by a local biker gang in the tunnel, and they buried her body nearby. Although it has been confirmed by other witnesses that the tunnel was frequented by local biker gangs, this has not been definitively verified. Additionally, there are no newspaper or local media reports that confirm any rumored criminal activity at the tunnel. So those are just rumors. So another witness, Gerald Steck, remembered visiting the tunnel in the late 1970s with a group of friends. They decided to enter the tunnel and wade through the shallow water in an attempt to see where the tunnel led. They made it a quarter way through before they began to feel uneasy. Steck describes the feeling as if a wall of darkness had been put up around them. The temperature quickly grew cold as a woman in a black dress with a black hat appeared before the group.
No.
They screamed, turned around, and began running for the entrance. Steck later learned that 2 psychic mediums had visited the tunnel and canal area. The psychics discovered the spirit of a woman who had died in the canal. Allegedly, the woman had been in the area in search of her son when she accidentally fell into the canal and drowned. I didn't originally piece the two together, but when I was rereading through it yesterday, I was like, I wonder if she, because you know how there was a little boy who was fishing who died. I wonder if that was his mom.
Maybe.
I don't know. This is just obviously
that's sad,
right,
though.
but
But maybe, yeah,
that's
a good point.
There is a theory that the Blue Ghost Tunnel itself is not actually haunted, rather it's a gathering point for visiting spirits.
So like, hey, room, come here.
Yeah, it's like a portal almost. Where the veil is thinner and spirits can come through and hang out. Yeah. So lending credence to this theory is the fact that the paranormal activity often mentioned has seemingly nothing to do with the documented tragedies that took place there. So the people in the woman in period piece, who would that be? It's, you know what I mean? I don't know. So in The Blue Ghost Tunnel, Making of a Legend, John Savoy says that many of the visitors who claim that they have seen an apparition or who have a deep feeling identify a group of spirits rather than a single one. Even first-time visitors who have never heard of the tunnel will come to similar conclusions, that the tunnel is haunted by any or all of the following.
Okay.
So number 1, a large dark man who often appears as a shadow, dressed in period clothing from the late 1800s. Those who have encountered this spirit felt that this ghost is strong, powerful, and angry. This energy usually appears at the entrance of the tunnel, but can also appear near the center. Next one is a young female child, aged 4 to 7, who is frightened. And then we have an older female child between 10 and 13 who also appears frightened and is believed to have been suffocated.
Oh.
Which I'm like, how do you know?
How do we know this?
It appears the spirit is held against its will. An older female child aged 18 to 25 who is protective of the children. There are other sightings of different ghosts, but these are the most commonly encountered and documented by psychics and paranormal investigators. So the Blue Ghost Tunnel became somewhat of an urban legend when a teenager named Russ began posting about his experiences on the Toronto Ghosts and Hauntings Research Society's forum in the late 1990s, early 2000s. So I have one of his journal entries from his 3rd trip to the Blue Ghost Tunnel.
All right.
So this Saturday, we returned to the tunnel at GM Gate 12. There's the property it's on is like a GM plant, I believe, like General Motors. So things were definitely weird, but not as intense as last time. Here's an account of things that happened and the order that they happened. Around 11:30, party members formed a circle and cast 5 layers of protection spell and did the hike down the road toward the tunnel. At 11:45 approximately, we were on the road above the tunnel. EMF went off. Party members entered circle again to cast invocation spell. Climbed down the rocky decline.
Sorry. What? A spell?
Yeah, they're casting spells for protection and stuff. Which some paranormal teams do it, I believe. Just for added protection, I guess.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway. So climbed down the rocky decline and approached tunnel slowly. Took dowsing rods out of pack, got camera ready. Should I explain what dowsing rods are?
Sure.
For people?
Yeah.
So if you don't know what dowsing rods are, they're if you ever see a medium holding 2 big kind of wire rods, and they there's 2 and they kind of move apart, and the psychic mediums and paranormal people use them to talk to spirits almost, because spirits can move them.
Someone use the rods themselves when they honestly move, freak me out a bit.
Yeah, dowsing rods kind of do give me
they're kind
the
of
creeps.
Creepy. Yeah.
Okay, so took dowsing rods out of pack, got camera ready, slowly approached tunnel. Dowsing rods began spinning in 360-degree radius, just like last time, which is weird.
Nightmare.
Except that this time, both rods were completely spinning quite rapidly. Approached threshold of tunnel. Asked several yes/no questions where whatever spirit was there would answer by spinning or not spinning the dowsing rods. Worked fairly effectively. Noted several visual flickers inside of tunnel and strange fog. No really strong visual manifestations this time. No real strong sense of fear. There were, however, several auditory manifestations. Hissing.
No, I don't like that.
In brackets, could be an animal. Auditory. Someone walking through the tunnel toward us. Very defined sound of footsteps. Noted green slime on wall on outside of tunnel.
That reminds me of like Ghostbusters.
Right?
Like the actual like little green guy.
Yeah.
Like possesses people.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Noted banging noises inside of the tunnel. Noted strange watermarks on on the walls in the shape of 3 human figures. 2 soldiers, 1 person hanging. Could be coincidence, but it was neat to look at. Entered tunnel. Wow, it was cold in there. Approximately a 20 to 30 degree temp drop with cold spots in the tunnel that you could see your breath. Went deep into tunnel until entrance could no longer be seen. Very wet in there. Reached the part of the tunnel where it's blocked off. Not impassable, but it is very, very, very deep in water. Can't wait for summer to dry that up. Took several pictures in and outside of the tunnel. Every time we go back, we just end up with more and more questions about this place. It's bizarre. Here's the killer part. Took the pictures to be developed. Film returned blank. Underexposed. Every picture. Very weird indeed. We were returning there next time with EVP recorder, infrared thermometer, more cameras, etc. So, Russ continued to post about his experience in the Blue Ghost Tunnel online. He later claimed that the blue mist he saw danced at the front entrance and appeared to him as a beautiful young female who revealed herself as a soft-spoken seductress named September.
Whoa.
Yeah. However, this apparition was only ever seen by Russ, as the other members of his ghost hunting group claimed that they did not witness any apparitions. However, one of the members allegedly did find a picture of a young teenage girl. Just kind of creepy.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. As Russ continued to expand the experience for the online community, others joined in as they learned of the tunnel's existence. New paranormal research groups started to investigate the Blue Ghost Tunnel, like Hamilton Paranormal and Amateur Spirit Seekers, and they claim to have had similar experiences to Russ. His posts eventually stopped, but the legend of the Blue Ghost Tunnel only grew. So that's kind of like what started the lore and like how people like found out about it, I guess.
Yeah.
So the Blue Ghost Tunnel was also featured on an episode of the TV show Creepy Canada back in 2004, which we've talked about Creepy Canada before.
Creepy Canada. I've never seen Creepy Canada.
I've
never seen an episode. Murph.
I have only seen like clips from when I've used it like for podcast stuff.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, why was I not watching this back when it was on? Because we would have been 2004,
10.
we would have been 10.
Yeah.
So like right up my alley.
Yep.
Anyway. So the episode recounts the experience of a hiker who ventured into the tunnel one day. As she continued further into the tunnel, she began to hear moaning sounds, and a misty blue apparition appeared in front of her. Another hiker, who stumbled upon the tunnel by chance, witnessed a blue figure whirling around the entrance and watched as it disappeared into the tunnel. Curious, the hiker decided to follow.
I wouldn't
Perhaps
do that.
not. Honestly, though, I think I would too. Like, knowing
If
me.
I was by myself, no. If I was with other people, yes.
Fair.
I would not go into that tunnel by myself.
Yeah.
There's no chance.
So once in the tunnel, a strange light appeared and seemed to be coming toward him. For a brief moment, he thought he saw a ghostly train pass by.
Oh, that's creepy.
A paranormal research group, along with 2 psychic mediums, volunteered to investigate the tunnel. And this is still like on the episode.
Yeah.
The mediums sensed the presence of the 2 train engineers, Charles Horning and Abraham Dassault, who had died in the 1903 train wreck. One of the mediums, who had ventured off on her own, started to hear screaming and got the sense that the spirits were unhappy they were there so late. The crew also noticed some of their equipment was malfunctioning and that previously full batteries were being drained. The investigators also captured images of unusual mists. According to the episode, some paranormal enthusiasts believe the Blue Ghost Tunnel is not the spirit of one particular person, but rather the amalgamation of many trapped souls who wish to remind people of the tragedies that occurred in and around the Blue Ghost Tunnel. Which is interesting because that's the second time that comes up, where it's like just a whole bunch of different spirits rather than like one in particular. So in 2005, there was an attempt to make the tunnel part of a heritage hiking trail. Unfortunately, due to ongoing flooding and the erosion of the ceiling, it was ultimately determined that maintaining the tunnel would be too expensive, which sucks because that would be so
that would be
fun
cool.
to like just walk through there and like
walk
go
through
the
tunnel.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
So in 2006, the west end of the Blue Ghost Tunnel was walled off, apart from a door that only emergency seaway personnel could enter.
How long is the tunnel? Just like random question.
Let me look it up. It is 713 feet or 217 meters long.
I don't know if that's long or not.
I don't know either.
Honest.
I don't know either, but some of you might know. Let us know if that's long or not.
Let us know how many steps that is.
Okay, so yeah, so they walled it off. So there's just a door, but it's like people have like made a hole. So you can still get in there today if you wanted. So if you go to, see how there's the door and then there's a hole at the top?
Yeah,
some people like go up in there.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah. So due to flooding, a low chain link fence was installed on the east end of the tunnel, so the other side. So you can't even like, I'm pretty sure now that chain link fence like isn't there anymore, but like it's so flooded on that end of the tunnel that you like physically cannot really get in that way. This hasn't discouraged paranormal enthusiasts from traversing the tunnel though, as people have created holes in the wall. If you're interested in visiting the Blue Ghost Tunnel, be warned that it's on private property and it is monitored by the Seaway. So if you were to get caught there, you would probably get fined with trespassing.
Yep.
So perhaps don't. And then also, I looked at, like, I found a Reddit thread about it, and a lot of people were commenting that there are a lot of ticks in the tunnel.
No.
So if you want Lyme disease, you can go there. But yeah, so perhaps
ticks are disgusting, evil.
Because there's so much like water and shit. It's like damp in there, and like, you know what I mean? So it's not.
Ticks are the worst.
Yeah. So perhaps maybe like 20 years ago it would have been, because obviously like the stories from Creepy Canada, that was before it was walled off.
Well, also, I don't know, I feel like ticks weren't, like, it's in like the last, like, I don't know, 10 or whatever years that ticks have really like
gone crazy
in this area.
Yeah.
Or, like, I don't know, I'm pretty sure that's true. I don't know, maybe it's not, maybe I lied. I'm pretty sure, because like, I don't know, I don't remember hearing about ticks when we were kids. But ever since we've become like teenagers, adults, we're adults now, but ever since we were like teenagers, like there was a lot of bad ticks.
Yeah.
They're disgusting. Have you been bit by one?
No, I have not. Yes, I remember when you were bit by a tick and you were freaking out, and we were
I thought I was going to have Lyme disease.
What did it look like, Chelsea? I was like texting my sister,
who's
a nurse, like, should she be concerned?
Just like sending you photos. Did I send you photos?
Yeah, you did.
Oh my god.
I think it looked like this one.
I literally feel like it violated me. Like when I saw it try and go under my skin, I was like, the fuck?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
So yeah, essentially, if you're like, maybe I want to go to the Blue Ghost Tunnel, maybe don't.
That seems horrible. I would not want to go there.
So between its history,
the ticks alone are enough to scare me away.
That would dissuade me.
Yeah.
Between its history, the eerie atmosphere, and the encounters people continue to report, it's easy to understand why the Blue Ghost Tunnel has earned such a chilling reputation. Whether the stories are the result of lingering energy from the past or something more difficult to explain, the Blue Ghost Tunnel remains one of those places that continues to spark curiosity and fear.
The end.
The end. That's the Blue Ghost Tunnel.
Creepy.
In Thorold.
What do you think is the scariest part of the tunnel?
The
ticks. Other than the ticks. Because that's the scariest part for me.
I don't like the idea of a ghost train.
Yeah, that's
I don't like
creepy.
that. I don't like that.
I'm not into that either.
The blue mist doesn't scare me.
Yeah, I'm not really scared of mists or orbs. That doesn't freak me out. Like, it's really just the ticks.
I honestly think, though, no, but like walking in there, and because there was that story of people who saw like a woman in a black dress with a black hat.
How I feel about that.
Yeah, that. But like you're walking in a deep dark tunnel and you come across that. No, thank you.
No, like that's hard pass.
Yeah,
hard pass.
How about you? What's the
same, obviously.
Yeah,
naturally the lady outfit. Yeah.
Let me see if I can find. There are some like pretty, like
any
this
ghost
one.
Photos. Let me see. Okay.
It's like the mist,
The mist looks like it's taking a selfie.
You know what? It kind of does. Like it's holding out a phone.
Holding out a phone.
That might be the only like.
Ghost
there's
photo?
there's a lot of people do like it's just like mists and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is still like creepy, but
like ghost orgy.
Jesus.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's the Blue Ghost Tunnel in Thorold, Ontario, where I used to live for 1 year. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider subscribing or following us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts if that's where you were listening. And please leave us a 5-star review or a written review if you can do that, because you can do that on Apple Podcasts. You can also follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Haunted Hangout Podcast. And if you have a spooky story you want to share and you want to be on our next listener lore episode, you can email it to hauntedhangoutpodcast13@gmail.com.
Thanks for tuning in to Haunted Hangout. As always, stay curious and be mindful of ticks.
Nothing about the tunnel, just ticks.
Spring is coming. If you
spring is coming.
Spring is coming. Be mindful of ticks. And if you do go to that tunnel, which you shouldn't, because you'll probably get fined for trespassing. Yeah. Also be mindful of the ticks. Anyway.
Yeah. Be mindful of fines and ticks.
And ghosts.
Oh yeah, and that. Okay, bye.
Bye.